Hey everybody, it's Christy, and we're here for another episode of Mind Your Own Business. Before we get started, I want everybody to make sure that you like this video or love it and tag a friend so they can watch as well. And make sure you share it on your page also, because we want everybody to get in on these great businesses that we have here at Fellowship. So let's get started. We have two businesses today. The first one we have is with Kara Watson. She's in her business is called Ethridge Administrative Services.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Kara.
Hi, Christy. And
So
everybody.
the next business we have is BU Charms, and it's with Dee Bee. Hey, Dee.
Hello. Hey, how are you?
Good. Good to see you guys, the
Good to
ladies.
see you too.
So, how are you guys doing today?
Doing good.
Good.
Pretty
Doing
good.
well.
Pretty good.
Before we get started, if you're watching this on Facebook, make sure you guys share it to your pages as well so your friends can get in on support. Okay?
Will
Yes.
do.
Yay.
Yay! I'm so happy you guys could do this today.
Me
So
too.
let's get started. Kara,
Yes.
you just started a new business, Ethridge Administrative Services.
Mhm.
And I checked out your website. It looks really good. And I
Thank
was like, I
you.
wish I could afford an admin because you do everything that I need somebody to do for me. So
Oh.
I saw on there that you do calendar planning, you book trips, and what else do you do?
I do a little bit of everything from helping manage email accounts and, in some cases, accounts payable and receivable, bookkeeping, light bookkeeping, anything pretty much that you would hire an administrative assistant to do in an office. I do it virtually.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Now, do you hire someone to help you, or they're just hiring you to be their administrative assistant, basically?
I am an independent contractor, so pretty much any work that comes through, I am doing it. It's not just admin services. I also pretty much can cater to small business owners, entrepreneurs, even like churches or people who are just busy. If you're a homeowner, just a busy person or parent or something. So it's not just on the business side, it's also on the personal side. Let's say, for instance, you are at home and you need to organize a certain projects on your computer and you really don't know how to do that. I'm
Mhm.
the person to do that for you. Or, just to help you make appointments or, things of that nature. So, yeah.
Okay, really cool. And
Yes.
Dee, I know that you make charm bracelets that are very beautiful, and you don't just make them for women; you also make them for men. I have seen some of those as well. So, do you do other jewelry, or is it just the charm bracelets?
I also do custom necklaces. I do anklets. I'm getting into waist beads. Um, I'm still trying to get into earrings. A lot of people are asking me about those, but
Right.
right now I just kind of stick to what I can manage right now.
I totally understand that. You know, I love my earrings, girl. So when you start doing earrings, let me know because
Will
that's the
do.
only jewelry I wear is earrings.
Will do. Will
All
do.
right, great. So, Kara, the name of your business is Ethridge. I know that's a family name. Can you tell us a little bit about your grandfather that you named that after?
Sure, I love to talk about that. My grandfather, my mom's side, his name was Ethridge Atkinson, and he was the patriarch of our family. He passed away in 2007 at the age of 90. I think he was 92. Maybe I think when he passed away, him and my grandmother were married over 70 plus years. So
Wow.
he has a big impact on our family still. And just growing up, I would go to Tennessee every year to visit and stay for a couple of weeks. And I would always, just kind of watch him work out in the shop. There were always people coming and going. They live in a country area, rural area. So it's like acres and acres of land, and people would come to pretty much get anything that they had that was broke for him to fix it. And
Ah,
so just watching him do that, and just how people, would come, and he was able to help. And from that, I began also with from what I feel like the God given gifts of help, started to look at that as I got older, and went into the administrative assistant business part. So my grandfather pretty much helped to water the seeds of help in my life.
that's really awesome. That is a great story too. Like you
Thank
can tell that
you.
story forever and ever and ever because that's your family heritage. So that's really cool.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, that's really cool. And then D, what's up with your BU charms? Where'd you get that name from?
Well, I've always liked charm bracelets ever since I was young. And I said, let's make it easy. I just used the first two letters of my last name, BU. And that's how I came up with BU Charms.
Oh,
Very creative. Like
I always
I
wondered and
try,
never
I
actually.
try.
That's still really good, really good. So that's cool. So how long have you had this business, D?
Since November of 2017.
Wow,
that.
that's really awesome. So was it like really hard in the beginning? You know, they say it takes a couple of years for the business to for you to see a profit and things like that. Did you want to give up sometimes?
Mhm.
No, it was pretty seamless. I'm thankful for that. Another one of our church members, designed by Estelle, she had an event and she asked me to come and showcase some of my pieces, and
Mhm.
it took off from there. I
That's
got some contracts with the Professional Football Players Mothers Association. So
wow.
I make their charm bracelets for
Mhm.
them.
Wow.
And then there's
Nice.
another sorority that I actually make their charm bracelets for them as well. So
That's
That's really
it
cool.
has worked out for me. It really has.
Wow, that's really cool. That's really cool. So, Kara, how has business been going for you since you started?
It's been going well. I made the announcement back in June that I was, actually in May, that I was going to be launching, and a few people reached out to me at that time, and I officially started on July 1st of this year, and I have a few clients already. So I'm excited about that and looking to just continue to grow.
That's awesome. Who doesn't need like that person that they can
Yes.
just call and say, "I would like to hire you to help me out with this." That's
Hmm.
really good because
Hmm.
we're all working. We're all working. Some of us have multiple streams of income, and we have children. So it's good.
Hmm.
Not saying
Hmm.
that you're just so great you need an admin or whatever, but you it definitely would help to have that service. Definitely. So.
Definitely, definitely. And this was the great time to launch with, not to say COVID pushed me into it. So,
Right, right.
it
I
was
was
a
about to ask you that.
good time to be virtual.
That's exactly right. So I was about to say, how has COVID-19 affected your business? And yours is virtual, so it may have even helped your business.
It
Sure.
did. It was a prime time to launch, and I um, tried to take advantage of that. So even with some places not being able to meet physically, that virtual atmosphere definitely is a big driving industry right now. And I wanted to hit the coals while they were hot, and get to going. So just being able to provide those services, big plus.
Yeah, that's awesome. And
Yeah.
Dee, what about you? How has that affected you? I know that you have done some pop-up shops per se, so I'm sure you haven't been able to do those. But what else?
No, it has slowed down a little bit, especially with the mailing.
Yeah.
Some of my clients live in Okinawa, Japan.
Oh wow.
So the mail over there is extremely slow. So, they'll wait a month or two before they get their items, and that's too long. So
Yeah.
right now I told them to hold off on their orders, and when the mail system over there gets a little better, then we'll pick it back up again.
Right, right. Man, that's tough. Do you have someone that helps you? I've seen you at a event before where you had a table and I know you had someone that helped. Do you is that person okay? Like, were they just a volunteer, or do you have to like pay them to help you? I mean, are they okay with not being able to help you at this time?
They are fine. What I do is they can pick jewelry that they want. So there's always a piece that they want. So they
Yeah,
get that. I try to use my kids when they're here in town.
definitely.
Um, but yeah, I have like two different people that they'll come help me anytime I need help. So I appreciate that from them.
That's good. That's really good. Yeah.
Awesome.
So, Carrie, I mean, your office is home based, correct?
Yes.
Is that something that you could see yourself maybe doing in the future? Like, is that a goal to have like an office outside of home? Since it's virtual, though, is you just going to stay at home based?
Well, the goal actually would be to stay at home. Just looking at other things within life, overhead, is a big thing. And with the type of work that I do, it really doesn't make sense to have a brick and mortar.
Yeah.
But once one of my things that I want to do once COVID dies down and is gone, is to actually be able to go, maybe to an office or to a person's home. My biggest niche that I have is like if a business is just starting, going in and helping them to set up systems, whether it's electronic or, hands-on, or, just getting things put into place. And so, as I mentioned earlier, even going to people's homes, one of my family members was like, I got all these pictures over here and I don't know what to do with them. They're just in a box somewhere. I'm like, okay, let's sit down, let's sort them, let's go through them, let's categorize and organize. So that's another admin feature that I can add to that is being able to come to somebody's home and help them to get organized as well. So again, once it's safe to be around, still social distancing, of course, but be able to go into homes and help others, even with appointments. You got an appointment with the cable guy and you got to go to work. Well, I'll come to your house and let the cable guy in, make sure he fixes what needs to be fixed, go back home. Those types of services that we really don't think about. You call somebody to help you, and the family, I can't do it, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
Well,
and it's such a
call me.
relief when you find somebody to help you. It's such a relief.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's great. 'Cause then you don't have to scramble. You can just call it
There you
Girl Watson at
Yep.
Ethridge, and she can take
There
care
you
of
go.
you.
Yes, I can.
Indeed. So how do you decide what you're going to put on a bracelet? Do you take, like, if someone says, I want a Christmas bracelet or I want a bracelet for my mom or something, do they have to know exactly what they want, or do you give them ideas, or?
I will give them ideas, but most people like to let me use my creativeness and create something special for them. So
Yeah.
I'll ask them a few questions about themselves, about the things that they like and don't like, and I will come up with a nice piece for them that they really enjoy.
Oh, okay. And how about your men pieces? Are those popular?
Yes,
Yeah.
they are very popular,
Yeah,
especially
because
right
that's what
now.
men will wear are those bracelets. Do you have the bracelets that are the lava rock? Is that what they are, lava rock?
I do,
So
I
you can put
do.
essential oils on those.
Yes, and I've a few people at the church actually have some, and I told them how to put the essential oil on it so that it can stay to help keep them calm and
Right.
help keep them mentally clear and stuff like that. So
Mhm.
yeah,
They
I
help
use
great
a
with
lot of that.
headaches too. If you get headaches or migraines, you could put like peppermint oil on them on your wrist, and
That's
that's
good.
always what I used to do. I used to put it directly on my wrist, so now I don't have to do that. I
Right,
just get a lava.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yep,
that's
use the
perfect.
rock. It's fine.
Yeah. Okay. So cool.
If I can really quick piggyback on what you just asked, Dee, as you can see by my background, I like sunflowers. So I am actually wearing my Dee Bee creation on today. I
Yes.
wanted to hey,
Oh, thank
supporting
you.
my sister, and I like sunflowers, so she made this charm bracelet for me with, you can see the yellows and the little sunflowers and all that stuff. So yeah, she's very creative.
How
Thank you.
and it's so
Thank
bright
you.
and pretty. Like, I love the colors. I've seen them. I mean, I've seen a lot of your pieces, and of course, I follow you on Facebook, and they're always just so bright and pretty. Hold your wrist up again, Kara. I love the color. Those color beads. Those are my favorite. I would wear a bracelet with just the color beads without even the charms.
Yeah, I like
And I
that.
can make that for you.
I like
It's
that.
fine.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
my favorite color is black, though. I don't know what I'm talking about because that's all I wear is black.
But you know what? You have been coming out of your color zone just a little
A
bit.
little bit. Sometimes I'll go to navy blue. I just can't help it. I can't. I don't know why I'm like
Christy.
that. I don't know why I'm like that. So speaking of social media, Dee, let me hear your Facebook name. Do you also have an Instagram?
I do. I am BU Charms LLC on Facebook and BU Charms on Instagram.
Okay, awesome. And how has social media helped you during this time to sell your product since we're socially distancing, we're quarantined, people are doing a lot of online shopping?
I don't promote as much on social media as I used to do, and that's because I'm back in school.
Oh, okay.
So it's, trying to balance
Hmm.
everything right now. But every now and again, I will post a special piece that I made, and it doesn't last long. Somebody will buy it as soon as it gets put up. So I end up taking it down because a lot of
Mm,
things I do are one of a kind. I don't like to
right.
create the same thing for everybody. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I've seen those too before on your page, and like I said, they always look really nice. So you don't even have to have an idea. You could just be watching your page and decide you want to buy something that you've already posted on there. So if you post something that's not necessarily already sold.
Yes, if I post something, it's not necessarily sold, but 9 times out of 10, it's sold quickly behind
Right.
that.
That's awesome. That's really good.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And Kira, what about your social media? Do you use social media, or I know you have a website?
Yes, I have the website. It is ethridgeadminservices.com. And I also have a Facebook page, Ethridge Administrative Services. I have an Instagram, but I'm still working on the content for that and just trying to navigate through all of social media, making sure separate the personal from the business parts of it. Just to watch the traffic and things of that nature. So yeah.
So if someone were to book your services, do they just go to your website? And I think I saw a button that said free consultation.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So if you go to Ethridge Administrative Services.com, Ethridge Admin Services.com, read over the information of what services we have to offer. At the bottom, you can get a free 15-minute consultation. Within that, there are just a few questions that I ask, and that information comes to me beforehand. So I kind of know, come up with a small game plan before you even contact me to see how I can best assist you. Find a lot of times, you don't. People need a service, but they don't really know what service they need.
Right.
So if I can kind of know ahead of time, like what type of business you have and what your challenges are, and be able to kind of help you come up with a personalized business plan, so to speak, because being in business, everything is not cookie cutter and
Right.
everybody has different needs. And just like learning, people learn different ways. And you got to remember, people run their businesses in different ways. So being able to kind of tailor make the services that I provide to a business owner is really key, because everybody doesn't need somebody to answer the phones or somebody to do invoices. You might need help with something else. So again, we try to tailor it to that.
That's really awesome. That's really
That's
awesome.
good. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's
Yeah.
really good.
Also,
I
I
might have to call you. I might have to call you, sis. I
Oh
might
yes,
have to
honey,
call
come
you.
on. Yes, yes.
that's sad when the administrative assistant needs an administrative assistant.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It means
So,
you're a busy, productive woman, and you are.
Mhm.
so do you do it on a contract base, or is it just like on a per job base, or how does that work?
It varies. It varies. There's hourly rates. There are packages that are available, long term, short term. It's very flexible. Again, it's based on the needs of the business owner, or person per se, because you might just need me one time to do something, but then later on you'll need me again. So it's not like an ongoing so many hours, every month you'll need me. But then there are people who need, so many hours per week or so many things done within a time frame. And so again, I offer that flexibility of providing that. And you got to think, when you're hiring me as a virtual assistant, you don't have to pay for insurance. You don't have to pay for, a desk and a phone for me and things, supplies. Those are things that already come within the services. So you're saving a lot in overhead costs as well. So it's kind of like those back end or back of the house jobs that need to be done. But I want to help business owners and people to focus on those things that are most important to them, and not have to worry about the task or the things that an admin can get done.
Mm-hmm.
That's really great. Really great. You're
Yeah.
going to be so busy after
Mm-hmm.
this, girl.
Yes, looking forward to it.
I'm sorry. And Dee, is there a minimum that you have to order? Are people able to just order one at a time, or can they order 100 if they want like gifts? How does that work?
Mhm.
How many ever you want to order is what you can order.
That's awesome.
There's no minimum or maximum.
That's really good.
Mhm.
And just know also that shipping might be a little bit delayed because of COVID. Thank you. That's our new credit.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Mhm.
So, if there was one thing about your business, Dee, that most people don't know that you want to tell them, what would that be?
Let's
Mhm.
see. I really take a lot of thought into creating these pieces. I really try to make them connect with the buyer.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
That way they will wear it and they will treasure it for a long time. Um, Everything is handcrafted, you know. I don't look at any type of prototype for it. I like to come up with things off the top of my head. So if it takes me a while to get your custom piece to you, it's
Mm-hmm.
because I'm really trying to be careful to create it especially for you.
Yeah,
And you will love it once you get it.
that's
Mhm.
awesome. That's really exciting. And
Mhm.
it's so good to be able to get custom things, but like I said last week, you have to remember custom things take custom time. You don't just get it the next day or the same day. So definitely keep
Exactly.
those things in mind when we're dealing with small businesses, especially when you're dealing with someone who does custom things. So,
Mhm.
and especially in these
Exactly.
times when things are, it might take a little bit longer to get to the customer, but it's also taking you a little bit longer to get your things that you need in order to make the product.
Yes,
Mhm.
my vendors are so backlogged right now.
Right.
So
Mhm.
they'll give me a time I may get something in 3 months. That's
Wow.
how backlogged they are.
Yeah.
So I try to use what I have on hand. If I
Hmm.
don't have it to create it, I'll tell the
Mhm.
client I can't do it.
Right.
Right.
And that's
Mhm.
unfortunate right now, especially when we all
Yeah.
need our little side hustles to kick in. Yeah. So,
Exactly. Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly.
And
Mhm.
Kara, what is one thing that you want to make sure people know about your business, about Ethridge Administrative Services?
Well, just again to reiterate that the services are pretty much, while some people think they are generic, they are tailor made to the business or person that I am servicing. Reason being, again, everybody is unique and different, and everybody, some people want certain things done certain ways, and while there's a standard that has to be held, there's also, confidentiality. People are sharing their business information or passwords, so there's a
Right.
level of integrity that has to go along with that. So that's what we provide as far as making sure your information is secured, and that you are kept abreast of when things are done, or if a snag comes along, communicating. That's the biggest thing, is communication, because it's nothing like being frustrated when you need something done and the person that you have helping you is not communicating with you.
Right.
That's the issue. So I'm really big on, hey, if it's something happens, being upfront about that, or if it's something that I am having an issue with, communicating that. So
Hmm. And
And I
your
think
virtual.
I'm sorry, I
No,
think
go
that's what
ahead.
people have a problem with customer service. You have to have good customer service to make your business grow.
Mhm.
Have
Because
to.
if
Mhm.
not,
Have
one
to.
person say you did something bad and it flies,
Yep.
and then you don't get any business. So yeah.
Yep.
Right. And it could be something
Exactly.
small to you, but it's always a big deal to the customer. So you have to
Mhm.
remember that. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
Definitely.
So, Kara, I was gonna say, you have your business has just launched this year, but you've
Mhm.
done virtual assisting for a minute. And how long have you
Mhm.
been an administrative assistant? Not even on the virtual.
I have over 25 years experience as an administrative and executive assistant. I've worked at major corporations, you name it. I probably worked there when I was in Michigan. So I gained a lot of experience. Definitely a lot of tools in my toolbox in order to get things done. The vision for all this, well, when I knew I wanted to be a virtual assistant, probably occurred about 5 years ago, but I just, kept sitting on it and waiting, trying to find the right time. And if I'll be transparent for a minute, you always talk, people always talk about they want God to open the door and this and that. Well, in my case, God kept closing the door. And once I finally realized, okay, you've closed enough of these doors because it's a certain door you want me to walk through. Because I've been praying for something, but I'm not stepping out on faith and trusting you to do it.
Mhm.
So while again, these last few months have been very challenging due to health and, people passing away, things of that nature, I looked at it from a positive side of God had to sit us down long enough so that we can get our thoughts together and get our business plans together and get everything in motion. So it was time to stop sitting idly by and do what we are purposed to do, and that has shown itself to be very beneficial. Very
Okay,
beneficial.
Minister.
Yeah. Don't start.
All right, keep going. But you're right. That's one thing too that I definitely thought of. Okay, I know a lot of people are going through depression during this time and they're stressed out, they're anxious, their kids are. And I just tried to have a positive look on this time. This is a time that God has set aside for me to slow down. This is the way I
Yeah,
have to get slowed down. You can't go to work at the office. You got to sit at home and do it. So you can also do other things that need to be done and pay attention to.
exactly.
And
Yep.
that's the great thing about having a virtual assistant. You're not going to have to be there face to face. So I'm really excited
Exactly.
for you as a new business owner.
Thank
I know this is
you.
gonna be great because I know you're good at your job and I know you're passionate about it. And Dee as
Yes.
well, I know you're very passionate about your bracelets and I know that you take the time because you're creative. I know you take the time and you put thought into it. You're not just throwing things together for people.
Hmm.
So
Thank you.
yeah, so I want to say thank you guys again for getting on here with me
Yes.
today. And one more time before we go, if you could do your website, Kara, and then your social media, D.
Sure. Ethridge Admin Services .com. Again, have Facebook as well. And there's, a lot of ways to get in touch with me through there.
Awesome. And then D, what is your Facebook
And
again and your Instagram?
I am at BU Charms LLC on Facebook and BU Charms on Instagram.
Mhm.
Well, again, good luck to you, ladies. Like I said last week, it's so good to see strong, powerful Black women having small businesses. I'm excited for you. And one thing I know about fellowship in our family is we support each other. So I expect great things to come for both of you, even during this time where we're sitting at home.
Mhm.
I think that your businesses will be great.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to come on Ship
Thank
TV.
you.
You're
Thank you
welcome. You
very
guys
much.
have a good night. And thanks everybody for watching. Make sure you still share this
Thanks.
and watch the playback.
All right. Thanks. Bye,
All right.
guys.
Bye bye.